Hey everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am back in the garage to do a coin ring today. Now, I've been telling you that I'm going to kind of get a workflow going so that I am not ignoring some of my earliest fans, like my coin ringers. So this is going to be the first video of the year for coin ringers, and I hope to bring you a lot more moving forward. Now, what we're going to do today is just really kind of a synopsis. We're going to kind of go over where I'm at in my workflow as I take a 1921 Morgan silver dollar and turn it into what I call my wheelhouse, a size 10 Morgan coin ring. Now, I call it the wheelhouse because 9s, 10s, and 11s, they're just so easy to make. You know, with the Swedish wrap and stuff, by the time they come out, they're almost at the perfect size. Just have to tweak their shape a little bit, and they're really easy to do. So today is just a wheelhouse. We're gonna go through, I'm gonna take you through my current process, and this is just gonna be a back to basics, simple 1921 coin ring. So let's get to work. My YouTube channel really started to move based on coin rings. And in a way, I'm sad to say the popularity of my die-cast builds has pushed coin rings to a back seat. Today, I start to fix that wrong with this video. I'm making a simple Morgan silver dollar coin ring just to walk you through my process as it exists today. And this will be the start of a whole new group of ring videos as I try to bring some equilibrium to my channel. I always anneal my coins before any work begins. I feel annealing is the key to success, so I start every ring this way. I make a mark on the coin with a sharpie, and I heat the coin until the mark starts to fade. This keeps me from overheating the coin and getting reticulation, a kind of alligator skin look that really ruins your project. After heating, I quench the coin in plain water. I'm always hearing from people who insist that this is actually hardening the coin. But with non-ferrous metals like silver, it doesn't harden the metal. It just allows me to work faster, so feel free to quench away. I get asked a lot about my press. It was custom made. But I did start with a Harbor Fres hydraulic press like many of you, and they work just fine. I'm still punching holes in coins with my trusty Jason's Works punch. For most rings, I use a 5/8 inch punch. This gives me a great looking ring and works for most sizes. I've taken to treating the end of my punch with Pepe lube. The coin, when punched, grips the punch pretty tightly, and the Pepe lube helps me get the punch out. Once the coin is punched, I remove it from the housing, and I'm always sure to collect the punch out. A neat trick for the punch-outs is to turn them into keychains, or you can just collect them and eventually sell them at melt prices. I use a plastic hammer and the lid of the punch to hammer out the punch from the coin. Thanks to the Pepe lube, just a few whacks with a hammer and it all comes loose. Here it is, my coin with a perfectly centered punch-out, ready to become a ring. Before I make my first folds, I take the coin and I run the deburring tool around the punched-out hole. This helps remove any micro cracks or other flaws that could cause my coin to split. I do this over a small tray so I can collect the shavings. After all, this is silver. Now I use a stainless steel starting cone and a 17-degree die to make the initial folds in my coin. I put the coin in the die with the outside of the ring face down. I'll level it off, put in the folding cone, and now set it in the press. Because I started out annealing, I can fold it till the top of the die is up against the top of my press without fear of the coin splitting. Don't be in such a hurry. Get everything level so your coin doesn't wonk out on you. Yes, you can fix a wonky coin, but why, when you can just take a moment and keep it from going crazy on you in the first place? So there's my first fold. This is my starting point for virtually every Morgan I make. So, I'm done with the stainless steel starting cone, and I can swap out to Deburring cones. First, I'm going to file the cut edge to eliminate any potential micro cracks, then I'll anneal again. With the cut edge filed down, I'll mark and anneal my coin again. You'll get to know the coins over time, but if you're just starting out, if you think it's time to anneal, you are already too late. Anneal, anneal, anneal. I'm back at my press and I'll pull out a Deburring cone. I like as big a cone as I can get, but it has to be able to fit in the punched out hole. I love the Deburring cones and I get them from Neil Pippett across the pond. I'll put a link below to his Etsy shop. With a cone picked out, I'll get a die, put the coin into it, set in the Deburring cone, level everything out, and then I'll press it. I've learned over time I can go anywhere from 4 to 6 presses on the press handle off of a fresh anneal without splitting a coin. Some say you can feel the coin hardening. I can honestly say I can't feel it, so I just rely on experience here. I repeat the same steps over and over. I file down the cut edge again, and this really is the work that leads to success. Skip the filing, skip the annealing, and you may get away with it. But I promise you, in the end, you're gonna split coins. Let's talk about the coins we're choosing. A friend once said, great coins make great rings. And he is so right. I know we all want to make a decent profit off of our hard work, but cutting corners on the coins just isn't worth it. Spend a bit more for good quality coins, and if need be, raise your price. You and your customers will both be happy about it. I'm about to do my last folds. The goal here is to bring the coin's walls up to the sides of the folding cone. Here, you can see what I mean. Getting to this point will make the shaping process go so much smoother for you. I'm going to give the cut edge one final pass with the file, then turn to a Swedish wrap. I run virtually every ring I do through a Swedish wrap, just to varying degrees. I use dies from Jason's works, and if I go through all the way of the larger of the two dies, I'll land with a squared up size 10 every single time. For protecting my rings, I use Blue Monster's PTFE tape to protect the fragile artwork of the ring. I wrap the ring about 5 to 10 times nice and tight, then I plop it into the die. I find a Delrin pusher that fits the end of the coin, and I use that to first level the coin off inside of the die. Once level, I then line up the pusher to the coin and run it through the press. You can see the marks on my cones. That shows how far I can press before the pusher bottoms out. After my first run through the Swedish wrap die, I'll anneal the coin again. Then I'll run it through the Swedish wrap a second time. To get a good shape to your rings, you need to be close to the size you want and with a great starting shape. Walls that are nearly parallel. The Swedish wrap will give you that. I want to get my ring to a size 10, and I'll be putting a fat tire bulge in it. So I need a properly shaped starting point about 2 to 3 sizes bigger than my target size. Don't stress though, because we can move around a lot with our ring stretcher. Notice how well the blue monster protects the art on the coins? The tape turns into an almost solid piece of a plastic layer. This stuff works great, it comes in large rolls, and it lasts a very long time. It is times and projects like these that make me wish I wasn't a nail biter. Once you get to the Swedish wrap stage, start to regularly check the size of your ring. Missing the target one way or the other isn't that big of a deal in smaller amounts, but you don't want to be off by too much, as it's just a hassle you don't need. So this will be my last run through the Swedish wrap dies, and I'll be at about a size 13, perfect for hitting my target size of a size 10. Not only do I have a perfect size for the ring I want, I have a great shape ready to finish off with a fat tire look. I have more work to do to the ring still, so I'm going to anneal one more time. Better safe than sorry here. How much would it suck to split this coin right now? A lot. Don't ask me how I know, just trust me on this. Here is a perfect example of a ring ready to shape and size. It may seem like a lot of effort to get here, but it always pays off in the end. It's funny, time to time I get comments about how with all the tools there's no skill or craftsmanship involved in making these rings. But I would defy those that are of that opinion to make their own ring and their own video and show us all how it comes out. So one thing I've been doing in the final shaping for some time now is to focus only on the reeded edge. It's vastly harder to shape the reeded edge properly than it is to do the cut edge. So I put all my effort into the reeded side. Then, when I'm happy, and only then, I'll make the cut edge match it. I start by using a 17-degree die to roll in the reeded edge. I find the 17-degree die gives a more gradual initial taper to the ring. I then turn to a 25-degree die to give the reeded edge a nicer rounded finish. Once I have the reeded edge with a nice gradual rounded taper, I then use only the 25-degree die on the cut edge and bring it in to match the other side.
Here, I'll use a folded shop towel when folding the cut edge to protect the reeds from being damaged by the press. So there you have a perfectly formed Morgan silver dollar ring. I'll run over to the ring stretcher and bring the ring to its final size. Before sizing, I like to do one final thing for comfort. When making a fat tire shape to a ring, the reeded edge can get a bit harsh. So, I first run the deburring tool on the inside of the reeded edge, then give it a quick filing. When the ring hits the stretcher, it smooths it out a bit, and when I polish it, I'll sand the inside down as well.
So that's why I call this my bread and butter rings, because they're so easy to make, okay? It's really easy to get a good shape and hit your target size when you're doing between 9s and 11s. So I love when I get orders for a size 10. They're just a home run. So anyhow, that's going to be it for down here at the workbench. I'm going to take this inside. We're going to give it a quick polish, then put some patina on it, and then put a finish on it. And I'll take you with as we do that. Let's go upstairs.
I'm in the home stretch here. I chuck up the ring in a mandrel, and I start sanding the cut edge, first with 320 grit, then 400 grit sandpaper, and then I finish it up with 4.0 steel wool. I also run the steel wool over the entire ring at this point. When I sand inside of the reeded edge, I also lightly sand the outer edge of it, just to soften it a bit more for comfort. This side also gets steel wool treatment. This ring is getting a patina finish. Many, myself included, start doing patina with a chemical called liver of sulfur. Besides being horribly stinky, there is no real reason to use it, as a product called Black Max works great and isn't so rancid smelling. Black Max is just applied with a cotton swab, and it essentially oxidizes the silver, turning it black. After a quick wash, I apply a coat of Renaissance wax to help protect the patina for the next step. I lightly buff down the ring with 4/0 steel wool to achieve its final antiqued look. Once I'm happy with it, I will apply a final coat of Renaissance wax and polish the entire ring up with a silver polishing cloth. I can now package this ring up and ship it off to my customer.
A new coin ring video showing you my up-to-date process for making rings from Morgan silver dollars. It's nice to be back with you doing rings, and I do have more in store for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and be sure to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my coin ring videos. Remember, friends, the old ones are still the best. Old jeans, old boots, old friends, old tunes, and old times. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying be good.